This is my third attempt on doing this. Alright, hey everybody, it's a new day with your girl, Tinapey. So as you can probably tell by the title, today I will be talking about what it was like finding out that I had Asperger's at 20. Probably can guess by the title. As a disclaimer, this is not supposed to be negative in any way. This isn't supposed to be putting anybody down. This is just strictly my experience and how finding out this and how I'm able to cope with it and how it's helped ground me in who I am and how I deal with certain things. Alright, so giving a little background, as a kid I was sensitive to light, touch, sound, certain people who were around me, clothing. My hair had to be like perfectly slicked back. I couldn't wear earrings. I probably couldn't even wear this sweater just because of the nature of what this sweater is. I was just very touchy-feely. Trouble as a kid trying to, find the right clothing, hanging out with friends, light, like certain lighting areas, music, sounds, everything. And it was very obvious from a very young age. Like my mom would tell me stories of me as just like 18 months and dealing with that kind of thing. So as being 6 and 7-year-old, it was really hard. So my mom put me into a private school when I was about 6 or 7, and through private school I was able to do my schooling with no kind of interference. Teachers took the time to help me because I had a slow learning curve and I had a small class size, and everything was kind of tailored to me, which was awesome and helped me. And nobody ever told me like, hey, by the way, you're slower because of XYZ. No, nobody ever told me that. Nobody ever told me I was, any different pretty much from anybody else. And I was treated just like a normal kid my age. And some people who suffer from different levels of autism have to have certain treatment or more attention and that kind of thing, and I realized that. But in my case, I was able to cope without so much, I guess, if that makes any sense. And until I got to middle and high school, that I just started to see why do I do these things, or why am I having this panic attack, or why is my anxiety through the roof, why can't I ground myself, what the heck is wrong with me? It was kind of stressful. It still is stressful, going through a panic attack, and it's just the worst feeling in the world. Anyway, so it was then that I started to kind of question, hey, maybe I do have some sort of kind of a learning curve, or there's something that's just not clicking. Or doing my research and going into college, I realized that I actually had traits of Asperger's, and obviously it's very high functioning, but I definitely had traits of it, and it made sense on why I did the things that I did and why I was so sensitive to certain things, and it kind of just shed light on my childhood, and that just kind of gave me a lot of closure. And until I was almost done with my degree, that my mother was like, oh hey, by the way, never told you, but you have Asperger's. And by that time I was like, I guess that all kind of makes sense on why I do what I do, and why I was so sensitive, and why I'm still sensitive to certain things, and why my body sometimes will just shut down and I just don't really know why. So it gave me a lot of closure figuring out that I have this, and it kind of helps me understand who I am now, and when I get certain ways to be like, alright, you know what's happening, you know why it's happening, now start to ground yourself and kind of push forward. So it's still a learning process, but it just gave me a lot of closure in my early childhood and in high school and middle school why I did certain things, and it still kind of explains why I do certain things. I am no expert on this by any means at all. I'm just my experiences. Medication has helped me, and therapy has helped me a lot, and I would recommend therapy for just anybody, Therapy is great, and so that's kind of helping me kind of cope and get through certain roadblocks if I come up on them, and so it's kind of like a strange new journey finding this out. I've known probably for a couple months or so now, and so I'm still getting used to it, and just because you have something doesn't mean that you're not able to accomplish things. I was able to go through middle, high school, and college. I am able to totally function in the social setting, in the workplace, able to kind of function in the workplace. I do like to bring up to employers sometimes, sometimes I just need more time learning XYZ, and my employers have been very understanding of that. And working in the field that I do, which is news, journalism, actor, model, that kind of thing, very high functioning, very just go, 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 and there's a lot of things that are happening. So that's also been great for me, because then I can just do, because my attention span sometimes just is all over the place. So I would love to hear your guys' stories if you have, you know, high functioning autism, Asperger's, figured out that you have, and it's kind of been a stumbling block, but you're able to overcome it, and like it's made you a better person. So like comment, like, subscribe, DM me, like let me know. I would love to hear your guys' stories. That's why I created this platform, is I want to connect with people. I want to just start shedding light on things and being like, hey, I might be, you know, I have high functioning autism, but hey, I'm still able to do this kind of thing. And so nothing should stop you, right? I mean, you might need a little help along the way, or maybe you just need more support, but nothing, like, you know, nothing can stop you. So let me know, and I would love to reach out and talk to you and see how you're doing and how you're able to ground yourself and, you know, just developing as a human being and how everything's going. So hopefully that all kind of made sense, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.